You know me. Hey, I would like to come in here and, get a little bit of just you and me time, find out about your day, what's going on in your life, answer any questions. I know, I really enjoy this time that you and I get to spend together. I mean that. So, hope you enjoy it as well. And alright, so are you ready for bed, darling? Okay. Water, check. Have you said your evening gratitudes? May I ask what was on your evening gratitudes? Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, I feel very much the same way. Your mother, well, me, in my case, you, Lucy, the goose, of course, your bedroom, you like your room? I'll tell you, I like your room too. I think your room has nice, calming energy. I was afraid it might be like almost too dark, when you chose the kind of the dark pattern. But I think it's I think your room has a cool feel to it. Yeah, I like your room. I like your style, kid. Yeah, I mean that though. I mean that. And what's you have that look. You got that look on your face. Something on your mind. How do I feel about you dating? Well, well, I feel a bit like the old knight in Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade. Remember that scene at the end there where he says, "I knew this day would come." Well, I knew this day would come, so I guess I feel. Anyway, what do you want to know about? What do you want to know about dating? Yes, of course. Look, as much as I hate to say it, yes, of course. I knew this day was gonna come eventually, so alright, let's rip the old band-aid off, okay? Alright. May I ask, are you currently dating somebody? Not really. Alright, okay. But you want to. Okay. You got a special somebody in mind. Somebody you got a little crush on. Okay. Okay. Nice. Alright. Well, what's my fatherly dating advice? Well, there's a lot now. Well, I actually have a lot of thoughts on dating. I think the first and foremost important thing, especially at your age, but even when you get older and you get into your 20s, is to realize that you actually have more time than you think. So, there's no real rush, okay? And, whoever you first meet, or maybe even, who knows, fall in love with, it's possible. Now, at this phase in your life, just know that there is a 99.9% chance that this is not your forever person. I mean, every now and again. That's right, your auntie. She met her husband, her boo, when they were in high school. So, a little bit in the future, but they were high school sweethearts. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It does happen. But whether that's not the norm is my point. Okay, so like I said, first things first, don't take it too seriously, okay? You're gonna wanna probably date multiple people. In the same way, you're gonna want to, have multiple jobs, play multiple sports, have multiple hobbies, play multiple instruments, because we don't know. I am assuming you don't know what you're really gonna like yet, and you may be surprised. You certainly may be surprised by things that you thought you would be like not too into, that you may end up actually really liking. And the same can definitely go for people. Because, yeah, chemistry is a weird thing. Chemistry is a very weird thing. I don't fully understand it. All I know is that humans, both you and me, we are projecting off things called pheromones, apparently. These kind of hormones. And apparently these pheromones are completely unconscious to you and me. We don't have any say in the type of pheromones that we project out into the world. And from what I understand about biology, you and me and everybody, we're attracted to people. What pheromones are, I think I heard, don't quote me on this, I think this is true, but I might be wrong. What pheromones are doing is they're kind of like projecting out into the world your antibodies. In other words, they're helping project out into the world the things that your body is good at fighting off against, certain types of illnesses, diseases, sickness, weaknesses in the immune system, whatever. And from what I understand of biology is that we are deeply attracted to people that have our opposite antibodies, because genetically it means we're going to make stronger children who are going to have both mom and dad antibodies. So that's why, in this weird way, like you'll hug somebody and you'll just be like, whoa, like, dude, totally attracted to this person. And from a distance, you may not have even really noticed them, like physically. You might have been like, oh, they're cute or whatever. But then, you get a little closer to them, you give them a hug, and all of a sudden, your body's like, whoa, like it kind of lights up, like, dude. And I think, that really rings true to me, where there are people you'll just be like weirdly surprised at how attracted you are to them, and it won't necessarily make like it won't make logical sense. Okay, so what am I saying? I'm saying keep your options open. Don't just go by your eyes. Now, I don't think it's going to be a problem for you. Like, you're around your friends and you're around members of the opposite sex on a daily basis in school and so forth, right? So for you, meeting somebody in person, I doubt is going to be difficult. When you get older, that becomes a real issue. when you leave a place like a school or a work environment, and like you're using, for example, like your mom and I, right? We met on Tinder, that old dating app. Do people still use Tinder? I don't know. Maybe. I think they do, right? Well, when your mother and I met on Tinder, one of my rules was I wanted to meet the person relatively quickly. Some people really enjoyed like the DMs and the texting back and forth, and they wanted to have like these like long text threads, and I always thought that was kind of stupid, Because the reality is, you have no idea if you have real chemistry with somebody until you meet them face to face. That's why it's called chemistry. It's literally chemical. You have to be near somebody. You have to smell them. You have to be around them to know if you have chemistry. And I remember this one time, this is a totally true story. I was shooting like my first feature film, my first feature movie, and there was this beautiful girl, and she was cast alongside of us, and she was tall, she was a model, she was like 5'9", and really beautiful, and we kind of sort of dated, and I remember though, the first time we kissed, I was like, I did not like the way she smelled. Weirdest thing. I'm telling you, it was so strange because and she was a very, trust me, this is not a hygiene issue. This is a very clean individual. Clearly took care of herself. Not in like a pompous way, but she was clearly like very, she was a beautiful young lady. Arguably much, quote unquote, prettier than my previous girlfriend. And yet, man, I remember kissing her and just being like, nope, like this should feel a type of way. It should. And yet, it's not feeling a type of way. In fact, there's a part of me that was like, man, like I really don't like, I did not like the way she smelled. I know that sounds super strange. Does that make sense to you? Maybe. Okay. Well, just keep that in mind. Alright, keep that in the back of your head. That if you're near somebody and you really enjoy the way they smell, that's nature telling you that there's probably something more there than meets the eye. Okay? Alright, so that's step one. There's a thing called chemistry and it's real. This is part two. As much as you can, and this is a bit trite, or like what is it called? Like a bumper sticker where it's like, just be yourself or whatever. Instead of saying just be yourself, whatever that means, I would encourage you to be curious about the person that you are into. Find out the things that they enjoy. Being curious about other people. Well, here's a little secret. 99.9% of people's favorite thing to talk about is themselves. Exactly. It's our favorite subject. People love talking about themselves. I love talking about myself. Why do you think I do what I do? I mean, I like talking to people. I like sharing stories. I think I'm a pretty good storyteller, But I love talking about me and the things that I've done. But the secret is, so does everybody else. Even if they don't admit it, secretly, they really like when people are curious about them. So maybe, somebody might not be like me, where, your dad is like, I'm like an extrovert, right? I like being the center of attention and like people and parties. Even if you're an introverts, it doesn't mean they don't like all people. It just means they don't like a lot of people. And so, some people, they like a whole lot. And those people that they like, it's very important that the other person shows interest. And it's funny, I've heard this lately, like 2 times recently. Yeah, we were at like like a Thanksgiving thing, and then like another, like a birthday thing. And in both situations, I was talking either with your mother or somebody else, and they said, you know, the problem with the people we were with is that not once did they ask, hey, what do you do for work? Do you have a family? Where are you from? What do you like to do? And it was all about them. So like your mom and I are asking them questions about their life and so forth. And it's weird when it doesn't get reciprocated. So, again, rule of thumb, be curious, right? What's one of my favorite expressions? Don't be impressive. Try to be expressive. But in the land of dating, even more important than being expressive is being curious. Yeah. Yeah, being curious is, well, it's the number one thing that charismatic people can do. The thing they're talking about, like incredibly charismatic people in the world, like there are certain presidents who were known as just being like they could like shift the energy in the room, just super charismatic when they walked in the room, and when they spoke to you, like you really felt like they cared and they were listening. And that ability is a superpower. It's the definition of charisma, is being genuinely curious about somebody else and not just waiting for your turn to speak, but really listening, making eye contact, and really listening to what they're saying and being part of their conversation. Okay? And if you can do that, well, you'll have at least like a 50-50 shot of at least being friends. I mean, you know, who knows? Whereas, you know, if you're trying to be El Coolio and like show off and be all like a type of way, let me just say, in my life, in my experience, not one time, let me think, no, not one time did that ever work out for me where I was gonna show off and be like that guy. Did that ever actually work out for me? Whereas, in a cruel twist of human psychology, it is only when we give up trying to look good, trying to be impressive, we give up the desire to have the thing, that we get the thing. It's very strange, and this has been my experience in relationships, in jobs. I mean, look, you know, as a young man, I mean, I was really going after, you know, being an actor, right? And the jobs that I booked were 100% jobs that I generally didn't care about booking. For whatever reason, I was just like, whatever. If I get it, great, and if I don't, who cares? Those were the jobs that I booked. If there was a job and I was like, oh my god, I really want this, I really need this, I really want this job, I never booked it. I can't think of one time when I was like, oh my god, I need this job, or I want this person so much, like, oh my god, they're just the greatest thing ever, everything about them is incredible, like, oh my god, like, they're just, oh my god, she's so pretty, and she's so smart, and she's so funny, and she's just, oh my, if she ever spoke to me, I would freak out. You know don't get those people. Because it's weird. Like when somebody is coming at you that hard, it makes you feel like uncomfortable. Because no matter what, even the hottest person. Okay, this is a weird one. Even the hottest person, somebody out there is sick of them. So, I know that sounds weird, but the point is, you can't put people up on pedestals. Everybody is just a person. Everybody puts their pants on in the morning, one leg at a time. Or two legs. It doesn't matter. The point is, there is people, okay? And if you're idolizing somebody, you can't see them for who they are, and it puts a weird pressure on them to and they can feel it. People, we can just feel it when somebody is idolizing us, or somebody is putting us up on a pedestal or something. It dehumanizes us, so we can't really connect. So, to the best of your ability, don't do that. Don't idolize somebody. In the words of a wise person sometime back in the day, everybody's poop stinks. Alright? It's just don't lie, don't idolize, don't lionize. Just be curious. Be curious. Be thoughtful. And see what happens from there. If you can do that, then hey, who knows what the rest may bring. Okay. All right. Well, I hope this helped a little bit. Okay. And I hope to meet this mystery person at some point in time. You are very, very welcome to please invite them over. I will do my best not to make it weird. I don't promise anything. No guarantees. I might make it weird. And I'm sorry. I won't be trying to. Okay? Alright. Pinky promise. I'm not going to try to make it weird. I might fail. Will you forgive me if I fail? I will try to give you space. Okay? Alright. Alright, well. I love you, kiddo. And I want you to get some rest so that, hey, maybe tomorrow, ask him out to the dance or whatever you want to do. So you have a fresh head.